Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. And feel free to create a watch party or comment, share, or hang out with us. Either way, we're excited to have you. It's Tuesday. Pretty cool. You just find the broadcast. Yeah, that's it. And then click on share and select watch party. What's going on?
What's going on?
Yeah, what's going on? Who's that, man? Mm-hmm. Try to give me an unsolicited commercial here.
In the world and what's going on in your world?
That's what we're going to talk about today. Absolutely. Looks a little overcast outside.
Good morning. My name is Brian McNeill.
And I am Lisa Santiago McNeill.
Thank you for joining us on our show. Let's talk about it. We come to each Monday through Friday right here on the SIBN network, on iHeartRadio, YouTube, TuneIn, as well as Facebook Live. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Like, comment, subscribe. And like I said, please take a moment to create your own watch party so that your friends and family can come hang out with you, or share us to your page, or just comment so that we know you're there, all of that good stuff. We want to get ready to rumble.
How are you folks doing today? I'm hopeful that you're feeling great. Today is the 8th day of the new year, starting to settle in. 2019. Have you made the mistake of writing 2018 when you meant 2019 somewhere once or twice? Maybe I have.
Have you?
Yeah, of course.
That's awesome. You can't close it. You got to keep your watch party open.
Okay, thanks for the tip.
Yes.
Okay.
So
got my fresh cup of coffee down.
Tell them about your coffee. Because your coffee is one of our sponsors.
My very first hemp-infused coffee. And that was my first sip, actually.
How does it taste?
It tastes damn good.
Like coffee or like...
No, it tastes like coffee, and it tastes like good coffee. It tastes like high-quality coffee that you would get at like a... what's that? Meridian Hotel? We went there for breakfast one time. Yeah, we went with Jara and Tiffany.
Oh, okay.
We went with Troop's parents.
I know.
We took them. This tastes like their coffee.
Oh, damn. That's an amazing memory you have there.
I have a sophisticated coffee palate. I know what McDonald's coffee tastes. You can blindfold me, okay? And I can tell good coffee from bad coffee.
Stephanie Morris is a Dunkin' Donuts coffee drinker. Yeah, my girlfriend Pam is the McDonald's coffee. I remember
McDonald's, a fast food place. McDonald's has the best coffee.
Heard. I'm not a coffee drinker. Good morning, Sabrina. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for joining.
We're going to talk about what's going on in the world and what's going on in your world today. And I'm excited about this talk. This time, we talk about our show has a purpose. We talk about personal conversations,
business information,
and spiritual inspiration. Our show is designed to, and our focus and our ministry is economic independence
through entrepreneurship.
So that's the audience we attract. Those are the people that we want to serve. Mm-hmm. But those people, the word says, "Be ye of the world." How does it go?
In the world, but not
in the world, but not of the world.
Good morning, Beth. Thank you for joining.
Now, that's an important distinction because you don't get a choice. You're in the world. You work around other people.
Yeah. Hey,
I'm sure in that Twilight Zone episode where you're the last man on the earth,
Mm-hmm.
Everything is fine until your glasses break.
I remember that episode.
That was an impactful episode.
Yeah, you have to keep an eye on it so that you can see who's on it because it doesn't come over here.
Okay, cool. Thank you, baby. I've never done a watch party before either. So I'm drinking my first cup of hemp-infused coffee. I've already had... we got our shipment in yesterday. We're so excited.
Good morning, Sophia. Brian is actually our sponsor for the day. Is actually, what is the name of that coffee?
I'll get the box.
Okay, get the box. Our sponsor for the day is this coffee that Brian is drinking. I'm not a coffee drinker, so that if I drank it, I would probably just say it's rather nasty. Good morning, Bronte. Good morning, Mowbray. I don't think you know her.
Okay. This is hemp infused coffee put out by the HempWorks organization.
Good morning, Tasha. Good morning, brother BJ. BJ Walker, the man. Hey, Red. Thanks.
Sophia
Good morning.
Sophia is coming. She's not even Sophia no more. She's Mama Sun Fire.
Hey, Minister LaShawn, Minister Williams, thank you for joining.
Last night she put out a live where she was talking about
Minister Williams, thank you for joining. Tasha Green, thank you for joining.
Tasha Green, isn't that
Hey Twan, joining us again today. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. So today we're really talking about what's going on, like what's going on in the world. What's going on in the news? What's going on
in your world? What's going on in the world and what's going on in your world? Okay. We're going to have that talk.
Hey, Julie. Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Some of you guys have probably heard that the government, parts of the government are shut down.
Hey, Missy. Hey, Lucille. Yes. And I did hear that, of course. And there's a lot of people that have a lot of other things going on. I need to read this comment from Sabrina because I missed it on Facebook. I didn't check Facebook out this morning. She says, good morning, my family. Good morning, family. My heart is a little sad this morning, but not sad without a plan. Cedric Dean tagged me. Cedric Dean is one of our authors. We love him. He is a friend as well as an amazing activist in the city doing great things. He tagged her in a video this morning of two young girls fighting, rather one dragging another young lady. And that's there's like a whole
it's almost like a cottage industry.
Yeah, what is it? The World Star?
World Star, yep.
The street fighting stuff. Mm-hmm. Good morning, Vivian.
Fights and all that stuff.
Yeah, okay. I'm not a fan. Mm-hmm. Not a fan at all, but we want to send our prayers for both girls. And
Sabrina says she's sad, but not sad without a plan. So that sounds like she might be working on a plan, or at least have a thoughts of a plan.
Well, hopefully Cedric, and I know he was out there with Charlene and what's the other young lady's name? The one for the company that he's working with now. Exactly. But hey, Fatima. Hey, Pam Stanley. Good morning, Precious. Hey, Shayna. Thank you for joining.
Tammy Streeter. I can't understand how people can enjoy that. It's so sad. Yeah, it's tragically sad, and people do watch it.
Yeah, the street fighting stuff, it is, and it can get out of control as well. That's one of those things that I would love to hear the solution to such a thing, but I don't know. Julie says, in my world, Christmas trees are going back into storage today. Darn it. I need some caffeinated motivation. Well, okay. There you go.
Good morning, Julie. Well, it might not be so motivating today. Brace yourself, Julie, because we're going to talk about what's going on in the world, and we're going to talk about what's going on in your world. I know Lisa doesn't really like to have these conversations, but every now and then she's willing to participate with me.
Yeah.
Every now and then.
Dwayne McNeill is a cousin.
What's up, cuz? Yeah. You're going to have to learn how to spell my name right.
Julie
no Y or T in my first name. It's Brian, Brian, the right way. No Bryant.
Good morning, Gladys. Gladys. And good morning, Jeff Adams. So I don't understand fighting for entertainment either.
It goes back to the beginning of our recorded history. Greeks and Romans, people like to fight and people like to watch it. There's an amazing documentary right now on Netflix called Fighting, and it shows what fighting serves purposes all around the world, and it's fascinating to watch. But those are organized fights, or even the street fights. Fighting is important. It really is important. Matter of fact,
there's a man. Good morning, Dave.
A man who reads the Bible too. Mm-hmm. I watched the Bible TV series a few years back, and they was trying to be as scripturally accurate as they could. They never get it right, but they always try. Okay. And what I was struck with while watching that series was how violent the Bible is.
Mhm.
There's a lot of fighting in the Bible. A lot of fighting in the Bible.
Dwayne said, my bad. Good morning, Priest Jeffries. Thank you for joining. Sabrina
right,
says
Dwayne.
it was
Thank you,
more
sir.
of a call to action. Please know that we're going to the streets, even though we have seen them before, but let's go get our children back. Amen. Julie says, you think we moved on from that caveman impulse. That's how I feel
You would
about it.
think we have, and I think we. Why, okay, Julie? Why is someone like Star Keisha a celebrity now? Okay, and even songs about her. She beat up this other girl with glasses. She just
Sophia said, that shit right.
yeah.
Vivian said, I had to, all my life, I had to fight. The line is, I had to fight all my life. Good morning,
But it is
Kim.
real. It's
Hey,
real.
Ashley, we still have to reschedule Diva.
The way I look at fighting today myself, before we still haven't gotten to our topic yet. The topic is what's going on in the world and what's going on in your world. Now, I grew up in Brooklyn, East New York. When I grew up, Brooklyn was not gentrified yet. It was not Becky friendly yet. It was only Black and Puerto Rican and Muslim in my neighborhood. Only Black, Puerto Rican, and Muslim. That's it. I felt sometimes that when I left my stoop, I had to have my fist balled.
Wow.
Just in case. I wasn't fighting every time, but just in case, I was ready.
Wow.
And this is home for me. I grew up in that. Now, the way I look at it today is I'd rather not fight today. I would rather talk my way out of a fight today. I would much rather talk it out than actually put my hands on somebody or have them put their hands on me. Much rather.
Julie said, because emotional intelligence runs thin throughout the globe. Sniffle. Empowerment tonight? No, today is the second Tuesday. There's no women's empowerment tonight. We are meeting for the manifestation and meditation on Saturday.
Speaking of that question about empowerment tonight, whenever some folks ask me that, do we have the men's group tonight? We're not having it tonight, but it's all the time with me. So if you ever need to talk, I make myself available to talk to any of them. You can always call, but we're not going to have the phone meeting.
That's awesome. And I would also like to let the ladies know if anyone wanted to attend the manifestation and meditation and did not get in on the early bird and does not and is not able to get their own tickets, we actually have 2 sponsored tickets. So if you don't have your ticket and you would like to be a part of the manifestation and meditation this Saturday at the Hampton Inn in Pineville, please reach out and we will get that for you.
Reed, she lived right across the street from 271. She wanted me to know that. Phyllis George. I never felt that way. Maybe because I'm a female, but these days females are worse.
Good morning, Regina.
From when we in the men's group, these teenage boys tell us that the girls bully more than the boys bully. They do tell us that the girls are worse.
Red, you have one of the sponsored tickets. Absolutely. I email
from Brooklyn as well. What's up?
Your email address so that I can send you the ticket. Julie said, I'm sorry, Dwayne said you got bullies out here, fam, that want to make a name for themselves.
Yeah.
And Julie says that there's a difference between being prepared to defend yourself and promoting aggression.
Yes, that's true. That's true. There's a difference in all that stuff, but I do believe we're not going to get away from fighting. I like Julie's line about emotional intelligence is running thin in the world. That hit me. Who's that that said that?
That was Julie.
Julie, that hit me right there. Yeah. Emotional intelligence runs thin.
Good morning. Woo. Good morning, Gwen. So I want to read Sabrina's comment. She said, what's going on in the world? Children are being raped by grown famous men. Mm-hmm. What's going on in the world? Boys are crying out for their lives to be saved, and little girls are fighting and degrading one another.
Yeah.
And that unfortunately hasn't changed in 50 years.
The story of Santoya, I think her last name was Jackson, who was a victim of sexual trafficking. She was a victim from the age of young, and she was caught up in that world. And one guy had paid to have sex with her, and she killed him. She killed the guy that came there she was a victim of sexual trafficking, and she killed the guy when she was 16. And she was sentenced to, she can't be eligible for parole for 51 years, so she'll be 69 when she's eligible to be paroled. Now, conflate that story from someone like Epstein and all these other rich white men who did worse and did it repeatedly. They get slaps on the wrist. That's like one of the most famous ones right now. This girl was fighting for her life and she defended herself, but she's still going to be in jail for 51 years minimally.
Shout out to Regina's Business, Financial Empowerment, and Maven Strategists of Living Financially Prosperous LLC. So that's what's up.
Sabrina says, what's going on in the world? I understand that, baby. Children are being raped by grown famous men. You know, what's going on in the world? Boys are crying out for their life to be saved, and little girls are fighting and degrading one another. That's really going on. When we talk to these young men, oh my gosh, that's why the men's group started in the first place, because men needed each other. You know, they need more men. The group that I have, you know, I think there should be more groups like that. Maybe 30 more groups like the one I do here in Charlotte. You know, just to touch it, just to make a dent.
Yeah, the nerve of them to convict her. Amen.
The nerve of them to convict her. You're right.
Ashley says, when we know better, we do better. It is our duty to surround these kids today with positive energy. Take back our youth.
One of the things I want to talk about, and it's hard to get away from living here in America.
Hey, Purpose Driven. Good morning. Thank you for joining.
The government is shut down. Now, I don't work for the government. Never worked for the government. Never have. Have you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was a contractor for them.
You were okay, good. That's a great point.
And the shutdown did affect us as well.
Well, the government shut down right now over the sake of getting $5.7 billion now as a down payment on the $27 billion estimated cost of a border wall over 2,000 miles over the Mexico border. It'll never happen, okay, because you got too much property owners on the border. There's going to be caught up in cases for years trying to take over their property, even though they have whatever they call that law, but they just take your land if it's an emergency. I saw a thing about it. Well, anyway, that's going on. So today is 18 days now that 800,000 government workers are impacted. 400,000 of them have to keep working, even though they're not getting paid, because the government deems them essential to the government. So you have to keep working, like TSA workers and public safety workers. You know, those government public safety and TSA workers, they have to keep working, even though they're not getting paid.
So Truth is asking, what are we talking about? We're talking.
Go ahead. They were talking about what's going on in the world and what's going on in your world. Now, you've heard some people already talk about the horrors that are going on in the world. And I do want to talk about that, too. I also hope that we get to the place of personalized what's going on in your world. Sabrina Huff, what's going on in the world? Parents Point of View, Inc. is standing on the Early is Better campaign to prepare children as early as 6 years old with college scholarships. Let's go, parents and communities. I have a challenge for communities to do a $50 scholarship for children 6 to 12 years old. Holla at me to help with the planning process. What a great idea. What a great idea. Imagine if a community made, or even a community watch made the goal. We're going to identify one of these kids out here on these streets riding their bicycles around between age 6 and 12, and we're going to bless that child with a seed of just $50 towards their college. Wow.
Julie
and make it a big deal. Go ahead.
Yes, that would be great. Julie says, so Mexico going to PayPal that to
us? And it wasn't even his idea. It was a campaign trick to keep him focused on what they thought or an undisciplined candidate. They said, we got to come up with something so that he can remember to talk about the border. So he came up with somebody in the campaign said wall, and he stuck with it. I saw something today. It's not... The wall should be our 32nd national emergency right now, not number one, because there's opioid crisis, there's gun violence crisis, there's a lot of other crises that are much more impactful and important than that.
Good morning, Mom. Melody Powell is on. She said he's creating situations that will allow him to call martial law.
Yeah, right, because only 6 people that where terrorists have crossed the southern border. More about 4,000 of them coming through airports.
Julie says, "What? Our president lies? What?"
Right now, the total is about 18 times a day. Sunday, he said this lie. He goes, none of the presidents before me have ever done this, and they all really realize they should have done it. Matter of fact, some of them have told me that they should have done a border wall. But there's only 4 living presidents outside.
And none of them talking to him.
And none of them talk to him.
None of them are talking to him.
Verified. So why would you tell a lie saying some of the presidents have told me that they should have done this too? That's a lie.
And the Border Patrol agents are not even getting paid. What?
Border Patrol agents are not getting paid, but they still have to work. And TSA, most of the terrorists coming through the airports. And did you hear that hundreds of TSA agents?
Blessings, Celeste. Thank you for joining.
Sick rather than work without pay. They're just calling out sick.
Good morning, beautiful Ms. Powell from Sabrina.
Yeah, Border Patrol agents can't stop working. Just like power companies, they have to keep working too. Because other people have
you don't know what ghosts visit him at night, okay? All right, Julie.
What?
You don't know what the ghost of presidents past are visiting.
I don't know what ghosts visit him. Yeah. That's the only way that could possibly be true.
Yeah. Well, I do believe that I have grown to believe. I still think that I'm on the fence, that it's important to know what's going on in the world today. I'm challenged as to when I can do that, because I don't want it to set the tenor of my day by being the first thing that I look at in the morning, but I also don't want it to be the tenor of my night, so I don't want it to be the last thing that I'm doing in the evening either. Truth says the world. Kels is still effing little girls. Folks mad and projecting their anger on Robert since they can't say nothing about Uncle Richard. Trump stopped the government because he letting people know who the HNIC is. Shit about to get thick if them W-2s and tax refunds is a problem. Remy Ma and Pap had their baby. Cardi and Offset going through shit. Jacquees is trying to take over as king of R&B. My world paradigm shift. Truthfully, none of that has any.
Say it. I know you're going to say it. Does it really impact your world? All of that stuff.
I think most of it is a distraction. I think some of it. I think what's going on with. I think that Truth hit the nail on the head when she said that people are still projecting their anger on R. Kelly because for whatever reason they didn't get justice about what went on in their own homes growing up. Yeah. I think that's
right. Did you Sheila King talk about that?
Mm-hmm.
Who would have killed him if it was his son's sister or somebody in the family? What are you saying?
Yeah, we say that after the fact.
Yeah, after the fact.
That's not what happened. That's not what happened. What happened was it was nobody's business. What happened was. That's what happened. That's what happened. It was nobody's business. Why you gotta let people in your business? It's over and done with. Get over it. That's what it was. And so the people that want to act like, they would have done this and they would have done that. I wish that they would have. I know that they didn't.
That's right.
Sabrina said, as an unpaid Border Patrol agent, cross at my gate, amigos. Yes, I will let them in. I think if we can get a passport and go into their country, well, crickets.
Myra says, our truth says, definitely distractions. What's that, Celeste?
Celeste says Donald Trump just signed the executive order to revitalization of the urban community, the first president to do so, $3 billion.
Because he lies so much, Celeste. Because he lies so much. I think everything he does, I do believe he's completely amoral. I think everything he does has an agenda. Tonight, he is going to be on national TV at 9 o'clock. For the first time in 2 years, addressing the nation. And the debate is not whether or not to air. The debate is because they know he's just going to get on the air and lie the whole time. They know he's going to lie. They know he's going to try to propagate his plan. So they're thinking about how to do the fact checking. Do they do the fact checking live or just immediately? Because everyone knows he's going to lie. Every network knows it too.
Good morning, KJ. Good morning. Samuel Coakley.
I'm gonna watch it, but I look forward to seeing the after because I can't stand to look at the guy, so I'm not gonna watch it live. But I'll watch it. I want to watch the reactions and watch. I'll read every word he said too.
Red says, "I'll let them in. They can pay me in tamales." Celeste says, "I will follow up. I'm watching for this because it got no media coverage." Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, let us know what your perspective is. We are interested in the perspectives of our viewers, not just what's going on in our world, but what's going on in your world and how that affects you. I got a couple of opinions with the whole R. Kelly thing, but Myra said, Truth said, Trump reminds me of the president in the book Left Behind. Yeah,
book Left Behind. Other nations liked him. They liked him in the book Left Behind, and in the book Left Behind, he was handsome, he was charismatic, he was charming, and he was all about peace. In the book Left Behind, I read the Left Behind series. I just want peace. I just want that. Not this guy.
No. Good morning, Carmelita Chiquita. She says, "Morning duo. It all makes my tummy turn. So I am traveling the city of Charlotte today in search of magazines. Inbox me. Don't throw them away. I'm coming to get them. Thanks." Thank you. She's in charge of the magazines for manifestation and motivation and meditation.
Okay. The most shameful truth. Anyone seen that series set in time after the rapture?
I did. I did.
I read the book.
I read the book. I did see the first
Left Behind movie.
Yeah, I saw the first movie. Julie said that man has been having campaign rallies since he was elected. WTF?
His own ego, because there's no purpose of it.
Now, Sabrina is responding to Celeste's statement when she said distractions. He signed it for us to be in his pocket. Let me throw some money into the hood so that he can secure the future votes. We are on the boat after the wall. Mm-hmm. Yeah. My Truth said he liked them because he was brainwashing them. And I think
so hashtag alternative facts.
Yeah. Are we talking about the same series? My guy was definitely a false. Yeah, he was a false prophet. He was in the Left Behind. He was, when he was president, he elevated himself to like the czar of the world or whatever. But he was using mind control over all of them in that series. Good morning, Mike. Good morning, Latanya. Good morning, Anthony. Carm, go to the libraries. They may give away their old ones. Just hit me this morning.
Man, because they do. The libraries do get rid of a bunch of them. So.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
You get 2 libraries and knock it all out, probably. The Blackman as well. We're talking about what's going on in the world and what's going on in your world. We're talking about all of that today.
So what's going on in my world is I have a couple of days. Tomorrow is really going to be awesome for me. I get to work with Evan. I get to work.
Evan Jefferson going to be on our show?
Jefferson. No, he's not going to be on our show. Actually, tomorrow, Joseph Pridgen. How do you say it? Pridgen is going to be on our show. Mind control is used now. Mind control has always been used. Sophia says the orange Cheeto.
I call him the baby Cheeto because he's a big baby. So.
But I'm going to be working with Evan on converting his amazing Facebook Live shows to podcasts in our system.
Good content.
Absolutely. And it is something, of course, that I'm willing to share with anybody who's interested in converting their content into a podcast format to expand their reach.
The people that are interested.
Good morning, Dennis.
It's so exciting to me to wake up in the morning and to get all of these messages, people saying, raising their hand, me, Brian, I am interested. On the 1st of this year, on the 1st of January, the 1st of 2018, and it was significant to me to do it on the 1st of the year because of the Facebook memories and all that kind of stuff. Watch the Netflix movie, What Happened to Monday? I haven't seen that movie, What Happened to Monday, so maybe I should watch it. But on January 1st this year, I launched a company called Canna Biz Selling. Cannabis selling, B-I-Z. And because I'm a sales coach, I help people to sell themselves and their services. And I had one client in the cannabis industry, but I researched the industry. So I decided to put myself out as a sales trainer and a sales coach within that industry, the cannabis, CBD oil, and hemp industries. And I want to speak at their conventions, and that's what I want to do. So I put that out there. But as I was telling people, and this happened the week before I announced my company, like at the gala, 2 weeks before.
Mm-hmm.
The gala was the 22nd.
Thank you,
I
Sophia.
mentioned to people that I was going to go into the industry, and everybody hit me with, what do I have to do? Or how can I get involved? Or what do you want us to do, Brian? So I was thinking, man, I need a way for people to take part with me.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Aja Blue.
So I researched network marketing opportunities within the hemp space. And the more I learned about it, I found the top 5 by consensus. And then I looked at all their videos, and I picked the one that I thought had the best farming and the best science and the best control over their product, because that's one thing about the industry. So I joined one. My company's called CBD Riches now. So now I have a way for people to raise their hand and take part in it with us. We got a shipment in yesterday. I have been taking my CBD drops just since last night. I've only taken 2 doses, or 3 doses. I took one this morning. 500 milligrams of CBD. You know, your body has receptors for that stuff. Your body wants it.
Sophia says she's going to be coming on board after she returns from Miami. Good morning, Jalisa.
Sophia's going to Miami? When are you going to Miami?
Good morning, Elder Ford.
Shouts out to her trip to Miami, and also shouts out to Tara Lyles. Tara Lyles boarded another cruise just yesterday, and she's going to be going for 7 days on a cruise. So I saw her little video said, I'll see y'all in 7 days.
Carmelita says, I'm working on how to discuss what's going on in the world with my young adult children in hopes of eliminating fear. It's a careful conversation. Absolutely.
So much of the propaganda today is designed to get and keep us in fear. Remember when George Bush was president and they had these things, today's threat level is orange or green, you know, and everybody's like, oh my God, threat level's orange, threat level's green. I don't even know what the orange and the green meant, and I was former military, you know, but it was designed to keep us in fear. That was like the most vivid example for me. They're trying to keep everybody scared. Why is the news the way it is? Because it's trying to keep you scared. Why? Because a scared body can be controlled. A scared body can be controlled and moved to the whims of the people that are doing the scaring.
Red said, my world, I can put some in cupcakes. I think she's talking about the oil.
Ooh, girl, Red, holler at me after the show, because that is big business. People are making millions with edibles. And the reason why edibles are so important, because especially when people are having seizures and things like that, where they can't take the drops with their children, they can eat something. And people want to eat some stuff, grown folks. Plus, the cool thing about edibles, Red, the cool thing about edibles with CBD and hemp and stuff in it. Now, I'm about the health, not the high, okay? I'm about the health and not the high. I'm not trying to do the high stuff. But the thing about this health stuff, and it's, even if you were into the high, not me, but even if you were into the high, you can eat a cupcake anywhere. You ain't got to be behind the closed doors under the covers. You can get a brownie, cookie anywhere. You can eat edibles, and you can have a THC gummy bear anywhere. That's the cool thing about it.
I don't know if that's a safe thing to do.
How can you possibly know? I'm eating candy.
Yeah, but then the THC ones get you high.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, you have a right to your opinion, baby.
Yeah, I guess.
What's going on? What's going on? Marvin Gaye. That was a horrible impression of Marvin Gaye right there.
Some stores are selling hemp joints. What's the benefit of a hemp joint?
I don't know.
So
and it's real hemp. Now hemp. Oh man, we talked about it yesterday. I guess I don't want to get into it.
We can talk about it.
There's a whole lot of uses for hemp. Hemp is a very important and versatile product. Paper, clothes, tools, medical benefits. There's a lot of stuff. Healing, pain relief. There's a lot of stuff. CBD oil. That's what I'm really riding on the CBD, because my body wants it and your body wants it too. You know, I took a dose. I took one yesterday afternoon. I took a dose last night before I went to bed. And I don't know if it's in my head or not, but today, and it could be in my head. It could be the CBD. What?
It's in your head.
You know what I was going to say?
I don't, but
it's in my head.
Go ahead.
So it could be in my head.
What is it? What's in your head? What could be in your head?
The way I got out of bed this morning, I didn't have the typical creak, and it didn't take me as long to stand up fully upright and just move. I felt a little bit more elastic this morning than I normally do.
So,
So is that in my head?
I don't know. I can't say that that's in your
You
head.
was jumping the gun a second ago.
I can't say. You know, benefits of anything can be physiological or psychological.
Dramatic.
Anything.
A lady asked me yesterday, Ladima, I took my first dose. She goes, "How do you feel?" I said, "Ladima, I just took one dose." Okay. "How do you feel already?" "I don't know." I said, "One dose." Yeah.
And Sophia said that the hemp joints have a similar benefits as CBD, but that
those who want to smoke. I know in my house we don't want to smoke.
No. No.
And does the hemp one smell like
weed? Right. What's the and does it have THC? The hemp does not have THC. Okay.
No, it doesn't. The CBD has very low.
Yes, 0.03. Less than 0.03.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like to be high.
Right. Lisa doesn't
want nothing.
Except for life.
That's it. That's it. Good morning, Rita.
If she wants to be high is if she's around her divas, her women empowerment her win divas, and they're emotionally high. That's the kind of high Lisa wants.
That's it. That's it.
She's gonna have that this Saturday night.
Saturday morning.
Saturday morning. What about Saturday night?
Nothing is Saturday night.
I don't know why I got it in my head. I was going to take you to dinner on Saturday night because Saturday night is her birthday. Saturday is her birthday. January the 12th this year is Lisa's birthday. So nothing makes her happier than being around other upwardly mobile women that are trying to get something done, that are willing to be transparent and willing to embrace and help another sister. Nothing makes her happy. That's her favorite environment. So if you have not yet registered for the what do you call it again?
Manifestation and meditation.
The manifestation and meditation on this upcoming Saturday, January the 12th. You have twofold purpose. You can come and help her celebrate her birthday the way she really wants to celebrate it, but you can also grow yourself. You got 3 amazing presenters and facilitators. Lisa's just one of them. But the other one is Dr. Deborah Dunstan, who's moving down here from DC. And we also got the soul coach herself, Miss Precious Pauling. They're all going to facilitate their very best stuff. Precious is going to give you her best stuff. Dr. Deborah's going to give you her best stuff. And Lisa's going to give you her best stuff.
Dwayne's birthday is on the 13th as well. And then we're going to do...
Sabrina says, where are we going Saturday night for dinner? Let's plan something. I was going to take a just myself, but I could do that anytime. I can't always share my wife with other people. I can take her. I mean, we eat out, man. Look at us. We eat out.
Happy birthday, Dwayne. His birthday is coming up. So Sophia
Dwayne, my cousin's birthday.
Sophia says that marijuana has a smaller amount of CBD. Hemp has more CBD than marijuana, and both marijuana and hemp are part of the cannabis plant.
See, that's the thing. There's 3 things that people conflate together. You got cannabis, which is the plant, and there's different levels of THC. The THC is the stuff that gets you high. And then you have CBD, cannabinoid oil, CBD oil, that you extract from that plant. And there's a lot of health benefits with that. And then you got hemp, which is the usable stuff, like for tools and medicines and all kinds of stuff. You can do a lot of things with hemp. You know, it used to be an essential crop here in this country until they prohibited it to protect the interests of a few wealthy people.
Vivian said, Precious is my spiritual motivation. Amen.
For a lot of people. So
Sabrina said, oh, this is the romantic dinner. I won't crash it.
That was my
plan. Roxanne.
I will say, I can do a romantic dinner on that Friday or that Thursday or on that Sunday night. I can do it anytime. So if you guys want to plan something for my wife's birthday, holla at your boy.
Dwayne is going to be 27. Wow, 27. When I was 27, my baby was born. Brandon What's going on? It's B's and R's.
Whatever.
Same thing. BRA.
27 is a great age. At age 27, Dwayne, first off, he's very handsome young man. Okay. He's fit and handsome and he's doing things with his life. I love him so much. I remember when I was 27, still fit and handsome, could run and jump out the building. I'm going to get back that body because I got my tools down.
Vivian said, if you smoke it, you get high. Yeah, well, I don't want to smoke it, and I don't want to be high, and I don't want THC ever.
You really feel?
Ever.
What's going on?
Ever.
So we got that thing going on here about the president. Here's the other thing kills me. Unemployment is so low. Yes, that's true. Unemployment is so low, but inflation is keep banging its drum, getting higher, 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 but no one's getting paid more money. So the people who are not entrepreneurs, they end up getting 2 jobs and 3 jobs to pay to handle the bills.
Vivian says she don't remember 27. Yes, you can.
She don't remember 20. Most people don't remember their 20s. When they interview people in late in their life in their 90s, they tell you about all parts of their life, but they hardly ever tell stories in their 20s. Why is that? It's because most people for the age 20s is they're running through life full speed, bumping their head a lot. Because in your 20s, you're grown up body-wise, but you don't know anything. So you're making a lot of mistakes in your 20s. Precious Pauling and Dr. Deborah Dunstan.
Looking forward to you guys. Lisa Santiago, McNeill, make sure your outfit is camera ready. Hint, hint. Amen.
Like Lisa really needs a hint to make sure.
Sophia says THC also has medicinal value as well. Yeah. I don't know what they are. I'm curious as to what they are, but the side effects are not.
If I had to go to court to defend myself about products and herbs and things like that, I'm going to bring Sophia with me. Okay, because she could defend
your cousin Vinny.
My cousin Vinny. You talk to Sophia for 5 minutes about these things and you realize, wow, that girl know what the hell she's talking about.
Vivian says, it seems as if we're going back into slavery. They have people reporting to work for food stamps.
Wow.
That's horrible.
And then I hate the comment he made, for the people that are not getting paid, they'll make adjustments. They always do. They'll make adjustments. They always do. Wow. I go back to how I felt November the 8th, 2016. I felt like that's the end of government help. They're not going to help us anymore. I really was looking at researching the cities to live in Canada. I had done my research and narrowed it down to 2 cities and picked Toronto, because I felt the government there's no longer, after leaving Barack, there's no longer about the people. It's not going to help anybody anymore. I said, you can forget about raising minimum wage. That's gone. Hillary had a little bit of groundswell about raising the minimum wage to $15. I think it should be $22. But I knew once he got in office, that whole conversation was gone. You hadn't heard anything about it in the last 2.5 years. Hadn't heard anything about it. Whew.
Good morning, Tamiko. Phyllis said, I remember 4th grade to now somewhat, and I'm 59, 60.
So she remembers the 4th grade. Do you remember your 20s? Do you remember what you used to like to do in your 20s?
4th grade to now. She said she remembers 4th grade all the way to now. Good morning, Teresa.
4th grade.
Teresa Crawford had her fantastic photo shoot.
Yes, she did do her photo shoot. She had her hair done. Her hair did.
The truth says, if y'all go back into slavery, I'll buy as many of us as I can. Many of yous as I can.
That's right. That clown go back to his circus. He always does. The White House was the only toy he got played with. Phyllis can't remember her 20s. Yes.
Good morning, Stephanie. Thank you for joining, Stephanie.
So Teresa Crawford did a photo shoot yesterday. Whoop, whoop. You ready for your photo shoot, baby?
Yes, I got to get a haircut.
Get a haircut probably today or tomorrow, I guess. Vivian, everyone finds a convenient medicine. I remember how I used it. Never was for me. A convenient. Well, Self-medicine.
Everyone finds it a convenient medicine. I remember how I used it. Never was for me. I think that now the variations that we have, where you can have the benefits without the side effects, or the side effects and the benefits, or the benefits and the side effects, however you want to take it, that people will be able to better, for those people that it does actually help with nausea or
seizures,
neurological,
PTSD, or any of that stuff. But
that they'll be able to find the right fit for them.
And I see the questions there about what's right, and also I see that as opportunity. I think that's an entrepreneurial opportunity for someone who wants to teach what it is. I think that's an opportunity. For me, I just want to help them to sell it because that's my area of expertise. Everyone find out. Okay, we read that. B, when you looking forward, we can't hear you.
Yeah, because you the mic is over here.
Oh, so when I read over there, I see what you're saying. Mm-hmm. I'm using my phone to read. They can't hear me when I say stuff over there. Y'all probably missed out on some really, really important stuff there.
Marijuana and hops are part of the cannabis family. Beer is made from hops.
I need to know cannabis.
I don't like beer either.
I don't like beer, you know.
If you live and learn, bro, if you're not learning and growing in the world we live in, you will be grown and stuck in life and time and not moving. Good morning and welcome back. Absolutely.
I heard that it should be used as
a tea.
As a tea.
I'm drinking coffee right now.
Coffee. Hemp infused coffee right now. My first cup of hemp infused coffee. I'm excited about it too.
Oh, hopefully
my coffee's about done, and I gotta say I don't feel high.
Well, it's not.
I know, baby, I'm joking. And they said, "Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!" That's where you would have went to, wouldn't you?
That's what you think?
Yeah.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm doing all of those things.
Flailing, voice high pitched. Yes.
No, I personally prefer the benefits without the
high, right? You don't want to get high. Let's get it. I get it.
Sophia says, I would use hemp infused coffee. It makes no sense to me. So I don't understand that statement. Can we lose the word? I would use hemp infused coffee. It makes no sense to me. Let me walk through that concept.
Are you saying it does make sense to you or does not make sense?
That's what I'm not hearing. So clarify for me, darling.
Because she broke it down
she said I wouldn't use hemp infused coffee.
So
it makes no sense to me. Let me walk through that concept. Good morning, Latonya.
I have 30 days. I have 30 packets in here, and I'm gonna drink all of them.
Yep. So, but I'm interested into why you wouldn't, or why that wouldn't make sense.
Okay. Yes. Please tell us. Yeah. But I'm going to do that. But what's going on in your world? We only got this 9:46. What's going on in the world? We heard a lot of stuff. R. Kelly still with girls. Ugh. I haven't watched any of the Living with R. Kelly series. Haven't seen any of it. Anyone here seen any of that stuff? Anyone here have a different impression? Have you?
Do I have a different impression?
Or have you seen any of it?
I have not seen any of it. I know enough about what went on. I do wish that we had a better way to protect our 14-year-old girls. Let me say this. I have been a 14-year-old girl, and I have raised 14-year-old girls, and I have raised other people's 14-year-old girls. And I'm going to tell you that they should not be allowed to make their own decisions, whether or not they feel like they can, whether or not boys my age don't understand me, or whatever the case is, or I'm mature and all that. But the truth of the matter is they are not easy to protect if they are already brainwashed or damaged in any way. So I'm not giving him a blanket. He should not have been allowed access to the girls. He should not have been allowed to be close to them without parental supervision, or even maybe they shouldn't have even been in those situations. But I can't speak about them. I can only speak about me. When I was 14, I had already been on my own for 2 years. When I was 14, I had already been handling myself as an adult for probably 7 years. When I was 14, I had already um, experienced sexual abuse for many, many years prior to that. And by the time that I was 14, in order to reconcile myself with the things that had already happened to me, if anyone would have told me that I didn't have the ability to make the choices for myself at that time, even if they included dating someone that was older, I would have totally disregarded their opinion. All of that to say, please understand that that didn't mean I was right. That did not mean that I was right, but it meant that that was the truth. That was my reality. And that was where it was. And as a 14-year-old, you couldn't govern me. There was no way that you could govern me
That's what you have been through.
because of what I had been
And
through
what you were living through
and
right
what I was
then.
living through at that moment.
Yep.
So does that mean that a 20-year-old man or a 25 or a 27-year-old man should get a pass? No, it's still against the law.
40-year-old man. It is against the law and is morally corrupt. Sabrina wants to send a shout out to Yasmin Young for parting with Parents' Point of View to come into the Turning Point Academy for a college prep session today for young ladies. What's LaTanya talking about over there?
I watched it and I wish I could unwatch it. It's very unsettling. I can't stop being angry about it. Amen. Good morning, Z.
Me too.
LaTanya said, "You're so right, Lisa. Those parents were not parenting on purpose and with conscience." And Sophia is responding to the coffee now. She says, "Okay, let's see. Coffee can be used at the onset of a migraine. As an astringent, it could shrink inflamed blood vessels. Hemp, specifically CBD extract, can most certainly reduce pain and inflammation." So in that respect, I can see it. Okay. Good morning, Tracy. Thank you for joining.
Tracy who?
Gordon.
Good morning, Miss Tracy Boy. We have like 13 Tracys. So we got Tracy Bosch, we got Tracy Johnson, we got Tracy McCain. Yes.
So all of that to say, there are some things I prefer to talk about things that I can impact.
Yes.
That I can change or that I can do something
about. So what's going on in your world? So the things that you can't change, that you cannot impact, you prefer to let those things stay where they are and focus on the things that you can change and the wisdom of the difference. And really, that's a success principle. That's a success principle, you know. Go ahead. You was about to say?
Well, when I don't, then I can be drawn into places that I have worked my whole life to get out of.
You be sucked into dark places. That's why she attempts to manage when she talks about certain issues. And that makes sense to me. What's Cuz talking about?
A grown man shouldn't even look at a 14-year-old in that way. That could be one of his daughters if he has any. I just love y'all. I love you back, Sophia.
Sabrina says 14 is a crucial age for girls. I totally agree, Lisa. I believe we must do a better job in working with children earlier, in all caps, than 14 in these areas and more. I can impact them early. Sabrina, this whole campaign you're on, early is better. I love it. I love it. I wanted to keep going. 14 is a tough age. Like Lisa just gave you a thing. You couldn't come at her because she had been living, and she was living right then. So you couldn't come at her with some parental advice. Like she'd have been like, "Where you been before now? Where the hell you been? You know, when I needed your butt, I don't know. I'm not listening to you." So earlier is better. Bill Cosby does this thing when he had two girls and a son, and he was talking about how he sat his children all down at age 8 and told them about sex and stuff at age 8. That was their thing. Him and his wife at age 8, he wanted to talk to them about it. But then when they got to like 13 and 14, everything they'd said yes to at age 8, they had different opinions about. At age 13 and 14. At age 8, they was agreeing, yo, Dad, we'll never do that. But age 13 and 14, they bucking against it and they want to do that stuff. So is there a perfect solution? I don't know.
Latanya says, for me, protecting children is where I want to make the change. So this hurts me deeply. Amen.
I wish we could figure it out.
Sophia said, one day I will be a duo. Replying to Dwayne, yes, he has daughters, 3 children, SMH. R. Kelly's sister molested him at age 6. That's no excuse, but that's why he has these issues. I heard that as well. And I do believe that hurting people hurt people, but I don't believe that having been hurt is an excuse to perpetuate the very thing that hurt you. Sabrina says,
I just read that.
Oh, you read that. So
even I think there's a shelf life about this stuff that happened to him when he's at age 6. The guy's damn in his 40s now. Okay, the stuff that happened to him at age 6 is not going to carry for an excuse for me.
Well, in all honesty, he's not. That doesn't absolve him, and it doesn't even really explain it. What it does is it shows the lack of accountability of people that are around. It shows the perpetual secrets and the power of secrets, which is why, if you all want to know my why, for me, empowerment is about giving people a voice. That's why we have Empowerment Magazine. That's why I publish Stories of Overcoming. That's why I help people to find their voice so that they can stand in the power of their truth, because secrets don't just hurt the first person that it hurt. Secrets have a snowball effect. They can perpetuate.
How you doing, Pastor?
Over time, they can perpetuate this pain on generation after generation. Yes, exactly. Sophia says, I'm tipping out on that one, not condoning such behavior. No, we're not condoning it, not at all. But we're saying that when is the cycle going to stop of the secrets? He didn't tell anyone, then they didn't tell anyone, and the next person didn't tell anyone. Well, now people are telling, but how long did it take for them to tell? And how many other people have been hurt while they were being silent? I have had to, this is a really difficult conversation for me to have.
Well, we got 4 minutes left in the show, and you don't have to go no further with it, baby. I was giving you the room that I felt like you needed at the time. Today's show topic was what's going on in the world, and then what's going on in your world. The world, we learned there's so much horrible going on. The government shut down, the R. Kelly situation, family secrets and lies. And in your personal world, what can you impact? Who can you be a blessing to? Who can you help? What can you do? Truth is, I just think about Robert and how he got that way, and how I'm not really all that way mad at him. I'm mad at his mama and his circle. They knew what was happening, and even if he was messed with
at 6 years old, if he was a child, I could buy that, but he's grown as hell now.
That's what I'm saying about that.
Sophia said it took her 20 years to tell. Well, I understand that it takes some people a long time. It didn't take me a long time. It didn't take me any time at all to tell. And for me, telling was a waste of breath.
Because, you didn't have anybody that you could tell to.
Well, the people that I told had already been victims of the same person, the same situation, and they were coping with it in the best way that they could, which was to ignore it and just get over it. So
we're going to let that stay there, because that is a hard one to talk about. Good morning, Brenda. Good morning, Pastor Broderick Sings. Thank you for sewing through. We have talked about some stuff today, hard stuff. And some of the stuff needs to be talked about more, and maybe in a different forum. And I wish there was a way to, and I don't even know how we get it done, but I wish there was a way to help people through psychiatric help or counseling.
It is mental health, and that was how I
But how do people? How do people heal themselves from that psychic disrepair? How do they do that?
Well, first of all, they got to believe that it can be repaired. With God, all things are possible. Secondly, they have to get help, both spiritual and clinical. It was just
Spiritual and clinical,
absolutely,
not just spiritual, guys.
absolutely,
Clinical
absolutely.
help.
It was as important for me to have clinical help as it was.
Dwayne said it took him 19 years to tell.
As it was for me to have spiritual help, because it just is that intricate in our mindsets. Um, Dwayne said it took me 19 years. Sabrina
took 20. Read Gail's because we about to close the show.
Gail said you got to first understand that it was not your fault. Amen.
That's the first thing. How do you heal? It wasn't your fault. And forgive yourself. Get ready for the show. It's
Sabrina said, I would love to do a healing session for women our age. I was also molested at 12.
Yeah. And Sabrina and other professionals should be in the room probably. But get that music.
I work one-on-one with my clients in some of those areas, but because I believe that clinical support is as important as
you have to shift your support. Paradigm and rewrite a new pattern. That's what's working for me. I tried clinical help. # no bueno for her. Okay, well, for many people, they need it.
Right, and it's all about having the right match, the right clinician, the right spiritual advisor. It's not a one-time. You got to try on some shoes, just like you don't buy the first pair of shoes that you get. You got to try them on, and you got to find the right fit. I went through counseling for over 15 to 20 years. Vivian said, it's a shame that as children that this has become a part of growing up. I am Lisa Santiago McNeill.
I'm Brian Keith McNeill.
And this is Let's Talk About It on ESPTV7 on the SIBN network, on iHeart, iTunes, and right here on Facebook Live.
Remember that your life is not a scrimmage or a practice game. There's no Martyrs Hall of Fame. Time this feature takes its toll. And for all of us, every day really is the Super Bowl. So God bless you, and go forward and live your Super Bowl life today.
Remember that you are blessed by the blessor to be a blessing, and permission to be amazing is granted. Take time today, this morning, and go have a conversation with someone that can help heal your heart and your soul. Peace.